Before we get into our interview with JR from the Soul Brother Kevin Show on 102.5 The Bone, I want to let you know that this is being brought to you by Eric Marshall, Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA, EMK Final Round in Bradenton. Text or call him at 941-812-2560. It's 941-812-2560. Get into shape today and tell him I sent you for a great deal. What's up? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. And from the top-rated, the number one rated Soul Brother Kevin Show on 102.5 The Bone in Tampa Bay, JR is on Hoppe Hour. What's up, bro?
What up, putas? That's bitches in Spanish, by the way.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
How has everything been going with the show?
The Soul Brother Kevin Show. It's been going wonderful, man. It's a learning process. First and foremost, like I want to be honest with you. When we first started the show, we were just kind of like, I don't want to say thrown together, but essentially that's what happened. We were just kind of thrown together, and the launch was just like, all right, the show's going to happen on this day, and you have a couple of days to figure it out and go. So ever since from that first day to now, it's been really good. It's been a drastic change, but it's been wonderful.
What show or what moment can you think of where you could tell that the show is finally beginning to gel?
I hate saying this. I love Gio, but after Gio left, because like Gio was there, but he was like halfway there. I mean, and he was, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because I think he already knew that he was going to the Mike Calta show. And we kind of had an idea that he was leaving. And I loved him because he taught me so much about how to look at a story, how to approach a story. But I think after, he was like kind of like already heading out and he left, I think that's when we realized that it was just kind of like us three and we had to figure it out for ourselves. And yeah, after that moment he left, we just kind of gelled a little more and got a little bit more comfortable. And yeah.
I noticed that Kevin takes pride in you. It seems like whenever I've hung out with you guys during your show, on the show, or afterwards when you're doing the clip of the day for The Bone,
yeah,
it really seems like Kevin like mentors you and takes you under his wing.
Yeah, he's actually taught me a lot. Even when he was on Shannon Burke's show, he's always, and anytime him and I had a conversation, he's always kind of gave me tidbits on how to, keep my composure, be confident, how to be witty. So he's always been a really good mentor, and he's always kind of, he's always led me in the right direction of how to do things and how to manage myself in radio.
Now, everybody here busts Mo's balls. The listeners bust Mo's balls.
Yeah.
What is it like working with Mo? Because you hear great things about him, then you hear people rip into him. So during your time so far on the show, what has it been like working with Mo?
No, he's a very polarizing figure, man. What people don't know about Mo is that he's been doing this for a long time, so he knows what he's doing. Mo is one of those kind of people that you won't think that you're learning from him until he's not around you. And he's taught you something after he's not even in the picture anymore. So, what people ripping on Mo, he just knows how to take a good joke and he knows how to dish it back. And I think that's the difference between, people kind of ripping on him and him, dishing it back.
Have you learned that as well in radio? Because, you have to be able to take a joke and you have to be able to take an on-air beating or you have no shot in radio.
It's kind of crazy. Like, what I've noticed, and Kevin and Mo have taught me this too, that radio egos are very sensitive. Does that make sense?
Totally, man.
So it's easy for a radio personality to dish out like a joke or say something or, just to rip you apart. But when you say something back, something witty and something that, that gets to them and something effective, then it really just hurts them emotionally. So, it's just weird how radio works in terms of, being witty and just like doing stuff like that.
I never realized how soft I am until I began working here.
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you go, man, you need to like grow up and get some balls. Like, because when I first joined here, I was so uptight. I would get angry. I overthought things, but
but uptight about what though? What was the situation that you could think back and
well,
it's like, you know what? Like, it's just like, somebody was you were being uptight about something specific.
You have to be able to take a joke if you work at the Bone or if you work in radio, and it's very hard for dudes to date while in radio because girls get sort of uptight about it.
Yeah.
But what I've learned in my 6 years in radio is you cannot let a woman change the way you approach your job or the way you do your job, or you're fucked if you do that.
Yeah, you can't let women do anything around here. Yeah. That's what you're trying to say, right? Yeah. That women, that like women are not supposed to be in radio.
That's not what I'm saying, JR.
Yeah, man.
Putting words in my mouth.
No, man. Yeah, women
are
good for nothing in radio. That's, I meant it. Yeah.
No, JR. What I was saying is, women that you date to become your girlfriends or fiancés, you gotta kind of make sure that you don't change your approach for yourself or your job.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like you're the type of guy where girls on like dating apps maybe recognize you.
Yeah.
But I feel like you even said on air that you don't have game, but because you're good looking and likable, that's what's worked for you.
I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not really good looking at this moment. Like, I gained like 15, 20 pounds. I don't know if like if chicks are digging the dad bod right now, but that's what I got going on. But back in the day, like about like a year ago, 6 months ago, before the holidays happened. I mean, I feel like for me, my approach towards women, especially in the dating world, is like I act like they ain't nothing. Like I act like they ain't shit. So I just talk to them like the way we're talking.
Yeah,
that's how I would talk to a female. And I think, and I don't hit on women. Like I don't overtly be like, oh girl, you're beautiful. Oh my god, let me see. You know what I mean? Like, I don't say any of that. So, and I think that's a big difference. Like if you treat a woman, like a human being, and don't hit on them, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, I feel like with social media apps now, they're just getting blown up on the DMs of just guys hitting on them.
Yeah.
I feel like 2019 going into 2020, I think it's this new era where girls just want to be treated like they're somebody else. I think they don't like this flirting anymore.
You don't think women like flirting? Women love to flirt. And I think that's what that's what I've noticed now. Yeah, old women love to flirt too. So any old women are listening.
Well, what I was saying is, I feel like
I love old women.
You do.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah, I love them. I love them older.
What's the oldest woman you've hooked up with?
The oldest one I've hooked up, I want to say, all right, so when I was in my 20s, I want to say she was like almost like in her 30s going into 40s. But I was like in my early 20s though.
That's it?
Yeah. I don't want to like, I think my thing is like, I'm not going to hook up with a woman older than my mom, and she's like grandma's age, she's like in her 60s almost.
I haven't hooked up with a woman older than my mom.
Yeah.
But I've easily hooked up with maybe 5 girls that are in their 40s.
Oh, yeah.
50s, maybe.
Yeah, 50s. Yeah, you can say 50s. Why not, dude? So, all right, so the 50-year-old that you hooked up with, right?
Yeah.
So, how'd you meet her?
She was a listener of the show in Cleveland.
Oh, she was in Cleveland. So how old were you? Were you like 18?
I was like 21.
Oh, you were like 21, okay. I was about to say, man, if you're like 17, 18, man, good for you.
It was fun, dude.
It was
just weird because, like, she was like, make sure you bring 3 tall boys. I'm like, okay.
3 tall boys? Yeah? Like, what kind? Like, yeah, like.
I got Bud Light that night.
Oh, okay. That's all you could afford at the time, right?
Yeah, and then, well, that's how much I can afford now.
Yeah. No, I get you.
What I'm saying is, there's this weird thing where they know what they're doing and they're proud of it.
No, yeah. No, that's the constant. Yeah, that's what it is. But I guarantee you there's old women out there that don't know what they're doing either.
And that's why they're single and 54 hitting on a 21-year-old.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what, man? I ain't going to lie, man. A lot of this is the thing. I'm like, in my 30s right now. So like my lower 30s. And I know a lot of guys my age, they're not getting it up. So I could see why like women who are older are dating guys like, in their 40s and 50s that are not really getting it up. That's why they're going for the younger guys. Because I guarantee you, man, I remember when I was like 17, 18 years old, I'll go to the gym, do a couple of squats, and I'm ready to go, man. I could just go all night. You feel me? But, I guarantee you guys, I guarantee you when I'm in like my 40s or 50s, man, it ain't going to happen.
Okay. So when you turn 40, 45, are you going to be the guy that'll be taking pills to make sure that you don't have low T? Are you going to be the guy that's going to be using just for men? Like, are you going to always want to feel like you're young?
Yeah.
Or is there going to be a point where you're just not going to care?
I mean, unless they sponsor me, yeah. Like if Just for a Man comes from, or if like Viagra is like, hey man, we're gonna sponsor you, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna take it. But I think what it is though too, I'm really in tune to my health. Like I always try to consistently go to the gym. I try to eat healthy. I refrain myself from eating as much meat as I could. But being with Kevin Mo, like they're always eating like barbecue and stuff like that. So. But I always try to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and I think that's what's important, and I think that's what keeps the libido up, and that's what keeps everything going.
Which you did a good job this night. You were about to record the clip of the day for the show.
Yeah.
And I was going to Winn-Dixie to get some food, and I asked you if you wanted any fried chicken or if you wanted anything.
Yeah.
And you said no.
I was sweating, man. I was like, oh, do I really want that fried chicken? I was debating with myself, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like I was kind of going through like a conundrum in my head. I was like, do I really want that fried chicken? But I said no.
That is the one food when I eat it, dude, I just feel like trash afterwards. It's the one food where if you eat it in the car and you're in the parking lot of Winn-Dixie and you have a few pieces and then you drive off and you put on your seatbelt, I just feel my gut just going over the seatbelt. I just feel so fat whenever I have fried chicken.
Yeah, you just hate yourself. You just don't even want to live anymore.
It's good in the moment. It's kind of like that Lil Wayne lyric, first you come, then you come to your senses.
Yeah.
That's basically what happens with fried chicken. Then you're like, oh, that was not worth it.
Yeah, I feel the same thing with like mac and cheese. Like I love mac and cheese. I can never say no. I can never say no to a mac and cheese, but after I eat it, because I eat so much of it, I just feel worse than I did before.
And you know what's hard too? Now, people are going to roll their eyes when we bitch about this, but you're trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
And then people are like, hey, there's free food in the break room at work, which I love.
Oh,
food.
yeah.
But then it throws off what you just put in your app trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
Like, the perks of radio is the free food.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at gigs, dude.
Yeah.
And then you're like, forget the workout for today. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you know what the best thing to do after you get that free food? Just don't eat for a week.
Yeah, especially, dude, if it's like Dr.
Just don't eat
Barbecue, bringing in a ton of food when I was on the show last month.
Yeah.
Just don't eat for a week and you're good.
Yeah, just don't eat for a week or just do a bunch of cocaine. You'd be skinny again. It's all right.
You began at Power 95.3 in Orlando, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What was that like?
All right, so Power 95.3. So my boy Juan, he was actually one of the on-air DJs at Power 95.3. And I was going to UCF at the time. That was my first year at UCF, and I was bartending. I was actually bartending at this place called Ember. And my boy, Che, introduced me to this guy, Juan, who was, like I said, a DJ at Power 95.3. And he knew that I was trying to go into, like, the media business. And he was like, hey, man, if you want to do an internship at Power 95.3, there's openings. I could get you through. No problem. And that's what he did. So that was my first introduction to radio. Power 95.3, the hip-hop station. It was cool because I actually met Kendrick Lamar before he became big, J-Rock, Ab-Soul. I met French Montana. I met a lot of cool people, at my time there. And I was actually interning. They specifically gave me DJ Nails. I don't know if he's running the morning show over there in Orlando with Little Sean and Esty. So I was kind of like shadowing him, kind of getting like kind of like learning the ropes and stuff like that on how to manage myself as an on-air personality. So it was good, man. It was a really good experience.
What was it like that first day you got to walk in and sit in on the morning show? Was it like a cool experience?
I actually was not on the morning show. So Nails at the time was actually he was like a nighttime guy, and he was doing the show by himself. So I sat in with him. And I was just kind of seeing what he did, and that was a good experience. I'm just, I knew that this is what I wanted to do, but I didn't know like if it was whether it would be hip hop, a rock station, a smooth jazz station, an alternative rock station, or or even I didn't even foresee myself being on a talk radio station, more or less.
Are there shows that you listen to when you're not at work to try to like get like motivated about radio? Because a lot of radio guys listen to different shows.
Yeah.
Or are you the type of person where when you're not at your job, you just want to listen to music and like not think about radio?
I mean, I do a lot of stuff. I listen to some Pandora. I do listen to podcasts. I listen to Charlemagne the God's podcast. I also listen to Joe Budden's podcast. I actually listen to Angela Yee's podcast, her podcast. I also listen to the Billy Madison show. Shout out to Nard. So
good old Nard.
Good old Nard, man.
Nard and Derek.
Yeah, and Billy, man. I actually listen to their podcast, so shout out to them.
Did you get to hang with them when they worked here?
I mean, they didn't really work here, did they? Like, they had their show. They're syndicated here. Yeah, so and I think one time Derek came out here for the golf tournament, but that was pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, I met him. You know, that was.
What's the biggest thing? So you've been at the Bone for like 5 years, right?
Or like on air, like doing promo, like exactly like what do you?
How about this overall during your time at the Bone?
Yeah, at the Bone, okay.
And at Cox Media Tampa, what's been the biggest change in like the work vibe of this place?
The work vibe. The work vibe in Cox Media was, I don't know. It's I think it's always been consistent. You know what I mean? There's not really, obviously there's show changes and time slots that have been moved around. Besides that, it's always been consistent, I think.
Now, were you the dude that wanted to get into radio? Like, were you into it as a kid and as a teenager? Or was it more you just kind of slipped into it?
All right. So as a kid, we listened to a lot of radio. So when I was a kid, I used to listen to Howard Stern. And I used to listen to 102 Jams when I first moved down to Orlando. And I actually listened to Kevin's show when he was on the Monsters, 104, Real Radio 104.1. I was listening to that when I was in high school, middle school going into high school. So for me, radio was an option, but I always seen myself working on like the Travel Channel or producing the show on the Travel Channel. Or being a MTV VJ or something like that. That's what I seen myself more doing opposed to radio, but I do love radio.
What made you want to go into the Travel Channel business or MTV? Were there specific shows or names that motivated you?
I mean, I wanted to do the Travel Channel because what's a better job than just traveling all around the world, doing something different and getting paid for it? I think that was my ideology about that whole situation. MTV, I just liked MTV because my music knowledge, I don't want to say it's the greatest, but I know it's vast. And I know that's that's somewhere that I could actually see myself doing. And I could, and I'm still young. I'm still a young person. And I know I could relate to like the youth and stuff like that. And I could relate to the younger demographic.
What's one thing recently though, like for me, what makes me feel old is that Generation Z, kids that were born 18, 19 years ago, never had a flip phone, never had a home phone. Yeah. What's been a thing recently where you've thought about it and it's made you feel old?
That made me feel old?
Like when it comes to like the next up-and-coming generation. Like for me, another example is them not even being born, just being their dad's sperm when 9/11 happened. Like things like that are kind of freaky.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think I was talking to my brother, and I was all like, man, you seen that Kobe Ty porn? He's like, who's Kobe Ty?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he didn't know who the porn star was. So I was like, you seen that Jenna Jameson porn? He's like, who's Jenna Jameson? I'm like,
you didn't know who Jenna Jameson was?
Nah, he doesn't know. He's like 20.
Man, well, they grew up in the whole era of Lisa Ann. That was like their era. That was like their Jenna Jameson.
Well, the thing is, like, they grew up in an era where, like, they didn't have to, they didn't have to do dial-up and, they didn't have to go through the whole process just to look at porn. And it takes them, like, 10, 15 minutes just to load up one picture just to look at, a pair of boobs.
Did you have the flip phone for track phone where if you clicked on the internet button on your flip phone, it would take off, like, 2 points off of how much your parents bought? So if you logged on the internet for a second, it would take off 2 points, and your parents would buy like 100 points. A text was a point.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't get a phone until I was like 20.
Well, I didn't get a phone until I was 18. I had this thing called Track Phone like 12, 13 years ago where a text was a point, 5 minutes on the phone was a point.
Yeah.
And if you even pressed that little internet button, that was like the globe.
Yeah.
If you pressed it on the flip phone for a second and it said connecting to internet, you immediately lost 2 points. And you're like, God damn it.
I don't know anything about that point system, to be honest with you. If you wanted to reach me, you just had to call my mom or something, or you had to call my house phone. Or like if you figured out who my friends were,
Yeah.
You just call one of them and then try to find me.
Would girls hit you up on like the AIM or your friends? Was that another thing you would hit up?
AIM, yeah. I never had a MySpace, to be honest with you. So like, yeah, AIM, yeah. Like, they would hit me up on there. But I was never really on there.
You know, a girl would be pissed when you would go on her name and it would show what she just put up as a post, and it would be some long ass poem.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, she's on her rag tonight.
I wouldn't tell her that, but yeah, that makes sense.
You're thinking it. She's like, what's the point of this? Blah blah blah. And she has this long post on her AIM, and then the next day she's like, oh hey, what's up?
It's like, this bitch is on her period. yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So where do you see yourself, man, in radio? Do you want to try to get into like MTV or the Travel Channel? Because with social media now, you can do JRTV.
Yeah.
Or are you happy and you want to keep growing in radio?
You know, that's a really tough question, man, because I'm not going to lie to you. When I first came to Cox Media and I first came out here, I didn't see myself being an executive producer for the Soul Brother Kevin show. So where I see myself, hopefully I'm consistently doing something in entertainment, but who knows? 2 years from now, I might, I might be doing, the same thing, or I may get offered somewhere else. I really don't know. Like, where I see myself is just enjoying the ride, man.
Now, why should people check out the Soul Brother Kevin show?
Why should people check out the Soul Brother Kevin show? If you're not racist, then you should check it out.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love when he'll take a call from a dude that's like, I'm not racist, but, and then he just shuts him down when the guy is done with his point.
You know what's people kind of like disregard on how intelligent he really is. He's one of the most intelligent, most witty people that I've heard manage themselves on the radio. So whenever they're coming at him with, I remember there was this one time that, like he's like, there's this caller that was saying that the N-word is just a word. And he was like, you know what, you're an N-word and you're an N-word. And he really said it like that. And, Kevin kind of managed the situation where it's like, hey, man, you're raising a child and you're showing him this kind of barbaric, attitude, that's not going to fly with, and he just kind of managed it in a really professional manner. And it just really impressed me. So people just kind of don't know, like, on how intelligent he is and how he manages situations.
Like, you told me that he's the one that made the graphics for the show. Like Mo Betta News.
Yeah. I think he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So he's not just a voice on the radio.
Yeah, he's behind on a lot of things. He knows how to manage audio. He knows how to make graphics. He knows how to do a lot of this, the things that we take for granted.
Now, for people that haven't heard this show yet, how can they listen?
Yeah, they could listen to us on theboneonline.com. So if you just go on theboneonline.com, you could just go on air, and then the Soul Brother Kevin Show, click on there. You can listen to us on the Bone app. Obviously, you can scroll down, the Soul Brother Kevin Show, click on it. It gives you all the feature cuts. You can listen to our whole show replay on theboneonline.com. You could also find us on SB Kevin Show on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SB Kevin Show.
Well, dude, keep up the good work.
Yeah. Oh, hold up. And I got to get myself out, all right?
Okay.
So on Twitter, I changed.
Narcissist.
Yeah, look, on Twitter, right? I switched. Listen, hey, I switched it up, right? So it's not Blankman JR anymore. It's Balthazar JR _. Actually, you know what? Let me make sure that's good.
I think it's Bernard. Wait,
no. That's on my Instagram. All right. Wait, hold up. This is my Twitter. Stand by. Let me connect on this free Wi-Fi, real quick.
CMG guest.
Yeah, I gotta get up on the CMG guest right quick. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, bomb. Yeah, it's gonna be Balthazar JR _ on Twitter, JR Bernard BERNARD on Instagram, and then Facebook. You don't even find me on Facebook because I'm not gonna respond.
I heard them talking about it on air. Your name should just be Balthazar. That'd be badass.
I tried that, but nobody knows how to spell it. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. Like nobody knows how to do anything with that.
Yeah, JR is real quick and smooth.
Yeah, quick and smooth. It gets to the point because if they're like saying, "Oh, Balthazar," like it's just going to annoy me when people are saying my name wrong, and I'm like, you know what? I just give up.
And it kind of sounds like a hacky radio DJ from the 90s, like Balthazar in the morning.
Yeah, Balthazar in the morning, yeah. Or like a warlock or something like that, or somebody's trying to do voodoo.
Or like a dude on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right? Like one of the wizards or something, yeah.
Well, dude, keep up the good work.
Yeah,
I see
it.
big things happening for you, and it's
Yeah,
been a lot of fun having you on the show.
No, I appreciate it. All right, how about this, Hoppe?
Yeah.
We're going to do a interview within an interview, all right?
Okay.
Watch. All right,
Oh,
watch
wow.
this. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So with the Hoppe Hour, right? Where do you see Hoppe Hour within the next 5 years? Are you still going to do it in 5 years? Are you happy where it is now?
I'm happy where it is now. My next goal is to be like the version of you on a show, like to be a producer so I can get my foot in the door. Because my show's cool, but it would be hard to do a 4-hour show by yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm currently looking to pitch a show within the next few months. This is breaking news to the bone, but I want to build it because I want to keep Hoppe Hour in its long rant form as a side thing. And if I were to get a show on the bone, I would want it to be completely different than Hoppe Hour.
Yeah. So how would it be different though than Hoppe Hour? So all right. So the basis of Hoppe Hour that you bring in guests, you do interviews, and then you manage content. You have a topic and you give your opinion on it, right?
Yes.
So what would be the difference between Hoppe Hour and something on the bone?
Well, I would look to have a team with me. So I would look to have a co-host and then a person do the phones.
Yeah.
And then what we would do is we would make sure that it's not just me ranting, kind of like how Kevin shares the wealth with you guys.
Yeah.
And if you guys are the main person on the show, he's fine with that. I would make sure that it's a show where people know each person that's the co-host, and at the same time, they don't have to roll their eyes and be like, oh, we're just going to hear Hoppe the whole night.
Yeah.
Because you listen to a lot of radio shows in different towns and maybe in this town, and it just sounds like one dude doing a show yelling over people. I would make sure to be like the ringleader of the show to like take calls and run the board and have music rejoiners. Like it would be an actual show. It wouldn't just be me having the general live sweeper come up and you do a show.
Yeah.
Like, I would really focus on making it be like a show people would want to hear.
Yeah. So who would be your co-host?
I'm thinking about what I want to do right now because I've gone through maybe 3 to 4 people within the last 2 to 3 years I've been at the Bone.
Yeah.
And the last person I was doing a show with dropped.
What happened? Who dropped?
I don't want to say it. He just didn't have.
Does his name start with and J? Is that his name? Does it sound like that?
Yeah.
What happened with him, man? What's up? What happened with him?
He just is busy going to USF and with his other job at Topgolf that he was just too busy.
Ah, okay. So he couldn't give you like 1 day a week or anything like that, like for like 3 hours. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to stir. I'm just not stirring the pot or anything like that. So
Totally
he was just kind of.
What I'm saying, JR.
He was just too lazy to just hang out with you.
Well, dude, what I'm saying is, I'm looking for people that will work just as hard as me, and we will split it 50-50. Like, and I'm really thinking about it, and I'm just trying to figure out like how I want to do it. I talk to Mike O and I get advice from him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to force it. Like, if I don't feel comfortable with the idea until August of this year, I'll wait 7 months to pitch it. But I want to make sure that the one time I email John Brennan and maybe get a meeting with him, I want to make sure that I have all the prep written down and I know I'm not just going to want to wing it on air.
Yeah.
Because that would be the worst possible thing is to go on the Bone and just go, oh, this is Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour is a podcast. Yeah. I want to build a radio show that's formatted, that'll bring in calls, that'll bring in ratings. Like, this would be a different animal.
Yeah. All right. So what kind of guests would you bring in?
I would maybe bring in different guests from like the local news.
Yeah.
So if an incident happened with somebody, I would go on their personal Facebook page like some producers do and just say, hey, do you want to come on the show and say what happened to you? Or maybe local comics that are in town because I could do a phone interview and get them to call in.
Yeah.
But I also would want it to be a show where you take calls.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear other people's opinions.
Do you really want to hear other people's opinions?
Well,
Let's be honest here. They're not all that great.
I know they're not all that great, but I want to have people like the everyday, hardworking, average Joe feel like my show is one where they can express their opinion.
Yeah.
And I'll turn down their mic and say they're wrong, but I want to give them an outlet for like the everyday man to be like,
nah, Not everybody's opinion is important, man. Let's be honest here. Because, there's some opinions out there that are like, all right, man, you're kind of like, crazy. But whatever, you know what I mean? We'll listen to it.
Well, that's why you hang up on them.
Oh, okay.
And play
Okay.
loony music.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I want
Play them off, yeah, like on like the Grammys or something.
Just want to have like a platform, though, where people feel like they can express their emotions. And then the other thing, too, is I want it to be genuine.
Yeah.
Because what really pissed me off this week,
Yeah.
so with Avocado Rocker dying,
Yeah.
I wasn't friends with him, but when I would see him at events, he cheered me up because he was such an innocent soul
Yeah.
that he didn't mean to harm people and piss them off. He just...
So what? This is my thing. I only met the guy once. What did he do to piss people off?
Here is the thing with Avo.
I remember one time he asked me for water, and I got him like a vodka and water, and he didn't like that.
The thing with Avo was he had vision issues.
Yeah.
So I remember one time I had to walk him up to one of Mike Kelta's Pitbull toddler concerts, and then I had to like walk him down, and he was almost kind of like a child because he had like brain issues, and deep down you saw the nice guy in him.
Yeah.
But the problem is he got a little bit cocky because when I joined here 4 years ago, that was like the prime of Avo.
Yeah.
And then he would go to events and he would say, "Do you know who I am?" Trying to get into Johnny B's comedy show for free and that.
Oh, you know what I heard about that? That he got into Johnny B's comedy show and he got a free bottle in VIP. I was like, you know what? Go Avocado, dude. Good for him.
So you never had a situation with him?
Who, me? Nah, man, I'm good with everybody. You know what I mean? I think I try to like get to know people and I actually try to talk to them before I have a problem with anybody.
Now this is alleged, so I don't want to say that it's a complete fact. But what I've heard maybe from 5 different people about Avo was Anthony, and like this, and that's his real name, in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, he used to be a porn star. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah, he
had a big old dong.
That is not a thing I want to think about.
Oh, no, that's what I heard, too, yeah. Is that where you're going? No, that wasn't where you're going?
Not at all. He was driving a motorcycle. I don't know if he got into a crash. He got into some crash where he was normal, but then it messed up his brain. So
okay, I got you, yeah.
And what I said on my show when I talked about Avo, the thing that would piss me off when people would make fun of him is he meant no harm by it. The problem was, let's say the incident with his car crash was on December 30th, 1980.
Yeah.
Do you think on December 29th, 1980, if you would have told Anthony you're going to be this weirdo that listens to talk radio all day, do you think he would really want that? That's how I felt about Avo, was I had a soft side for him because Medicine Man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He works everything to get free tickets.
Good for him, though. I don't even blame him.
But to me, I saw.
Hey, when I'm like in my 70s, I think I'm gonna be Medicine Man. But like just to get free because I know I'm gonna die soon.
You're gonna name drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna name
40
drop.
Years ago, I was on the biggest radio show at night.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride my bike everywhere. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna take shots out of prosthetic legs. I'm gonna do all of it, man. Yeah. When I'm 70, though, that's before I'm gonna die.
Not 72. 70 is when it begins.
Yeah. 70. That's where it starts. Because I told my brother to take me out around like 72.
Really?
Yeah, man. I can't live over 75. So I told him to take me out, man. 72, take me out, bro. I don't care how you do it. Just take me out.
We're going to mark this interview, so that'll be 2059.
2050, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
When you'll be like, I'm done.
I'm done, yeah.
I can't take it anymore.
I'm done with life. You know what I mean? All right, so Hoppe, my question is, man, have you been dating lately? Have you been going out? Have you been dating? I know after the whole situation with with your personal life, man. I know it's hard, man. I know you were invested in a relationship that just ended up not working out, and I know that that's happened to a lot of guys out there, and a lot of guys that are listening right now, they have been in that same situation.
Okay. I've been hanging out with a few different girls up to last month, and I've been hanging out with this one girl.
A few different girls. Oh, look at you, bro.
But the thing is, I don't know if I'm not completely over the idea that I was just engaged 7 months ago, but it's one of those things where I'm having a hard time getting emotionally attached to girls. Like, I feel like it's not that I'm more of a narcissist, but like
I think what it is, though, you invested so much in one relationship for such a long period of time that right now you're just not ready to invest in any emotions.
But then I feel like if I meet a girl that really takes my heart away, I feel like
Yeah.
Not that it'll happen again, but I feel like I can't say right now on June 10th, 2019 at 11:10 that
It's January, but whatever. Yeah, June, whatever. It's January. Yeah, whatever. June, January, same month.
I feel like by this time next year, I might be in a relationship. I
Yeah.
just think the universe doesn't want me to date because I have the same.
The universe wants you to date, man. You know
But-
what I mean? The universe wants you to, you know what I mean, stick your penis and be.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying I've noticed when I don't try and when I'm working out and when I'm not thinking about it, that's how I met my last 3 girlfriends, is when you're not trying.
Yeah.
And I feel
You
like
just go out there and get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So your last 3 girlfriends, you just went out and just got it.
Well, it was through dating apps, but the
Yeah.
one thing that I'm really cautious of,
Yeah.
my last 2 girlfriends wanted to
Look at you being
exclusively-
a little player. Look at you.
My last 2 girlfriends wanted to be exclusive very fast. Like my
yeah.
like my last girl I was with.
Uh-huh.
After we had sex
Uh-huh.
on the first date,
Ooh.
she was like, "You're my boyfriend, right?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, totally. You're
Yeah.
hot." And
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
when
ca-
that's when you played that bird box challenge and you're like looking around. You know what I mean? Like you're like, hey, let's go. Yeah, let me go to the fridge right quick. Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna notice the cues more after dating girls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna notice if they're getting too clingy.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want to settle.
Yeah.
Like I even told my mom,
yeah.
and I'm not just saying this.
Yeah. Don't say that you want to date somebody like your mom. No.
You've been making it weird this whole interview.
Wait, no, man. I'm
Try
just
to give me
asking.
shock comment.
No, man. I'm just asking, man.
What I was saying is, I'm not going to force it. I would never want to date a girl that just wants to settle. Because what if I'm like 32
Yeah.
and I meet a girl and she thinks her baby clock is ticking?
Yeah.
I never want to settle. If I'm
Yeah.
42 and the last time I was engaged was last year in 2018 and
Yeah.
the end of 2017, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. I do not want to ever have any regrets where, I mean, it's frightening to think that I was engaged and
Yeah.
I was
You
planning
were.
a wedding.
You were.
it
Yeah.
is-
You were engaged, man. Yeah.
Dude, it was.
You're about to hit one coochie for the rest of your life at one point in your life.
Dude, I passed
Think
up
about that.
opportunities. I had so many chances to cheat. I had like 4 chances
Woo,
where
yeah,
people
don't
were
we all?
and I was like, nope.
Don't we
And-
all, man? They're just throwing it at you right now at that point.
Well, you know what's funny was I had more chances to get laid when
Yeah.
I was in a relationship,
Yeah.
but now I notice it doesn't happen as much. Like I do okay, whatever, but I noticed that like there were so many chances I passed up, but I
Yeah.
think it would have been worse if I cheated. Karma would have. That
Yeah,
just
would have
do-
came. Yeah, would have came around. Yeah, karma would have came back. See, and I think that's what like how I manage my relationship now. I think it's it's really important for me to kind of, obviously be faithful. Like it's good to flirt. It's good to be out there and like talk to other people and like flirt. But I don't think there's any
Is
harm
it a
in
good
flirt.
thing to flirt though?
I don't think there's any harm in flirting, personally.
But what if a dude's flirting with your girl?
Yeah,
And not that your girl is beginning to vibe with him.
yeah.
But, what if it's like
Yeah.
beginning to? What if the guy kind of has the vibe of like a Tim Tebow, like
Yeah.
looks like Tim Tebow, but
Yeah.
is like really confident?
Yeah. That means he had a
Isn't
small
there a
pe-
little bit of it though,
Nah,
where
that-
you would be self-conscious?
Not really, because he had a small penis. So for me, right, like if she's like in a club or something like that, or we're out in a bar, and like there's this dude hitting on her, right? I'd be like, just act like I ain't here, but you do want a Long Island iced tea. Just get 2 of them for me.
You know what I could never ever do because I have
That or a
such-
shot of Jameson. So she'll get the shot of Jameson from the dude. Hey, talk away. I don't care. You know what I mean?
That must be the best part about being
Yeah.
a hot chick.
Yeah.
Is you can work it and get free drinks all night.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
That's
would
why I love
to
that.
have that.
Yeah, that's why I love having a hot chick. You know what I mean? Like dating a hot chick. I'm like, hey, look, act like you ain't with me, but you want 2 drinks, 1 for you and 1 for me, or both for me. I don't care.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
So all right. So my question is to you, right? What kind of woman does Ryan Hoppe want to date? What kind of woman out there is good enough for Ryan Hoppe?
the thing is
For the hopsters. Can I call you the hopsters?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. For
Yeah.
the hopsters. You know what I mean?
I can't carry the relationship. My last 2 girls, especially the last relationship, it was maybe split, and I'm blindsided, and there's almost pain in my eyes of thinking about how much I did in that relationship.
Yeah.
And I would say it was split about 95-5
yeah.
ratio. So like I was carrying 95% of the relationship.
Yeah. You were carrying
And it was
95%
kind of
of the workload. Yeah.
Pussy whipped.
Yeah.
So I want to
Woo.
have a girl that
That's the best kind of whipped.
it is, but
Yeah.
then when you're beginning to piss off people that have helped you
Mhm.
and you're changing for somebody that you're not going to be with in the long haul, I want to make sure that the girl embraces my job and that the girl like has her own car, has her own job, knows what she's doing with her life.
Yeah.
I don't want to date somebody because you know how they say you are the 5 people you are surrounding yourself with?
Yeah.
I don't want to date a girl where the 4 people I'm surrounding myself with is either the family or the friends.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're surrounding yourself with a girl that'll bring you up.
Yeah, this is true. So the next woman that you want to date is somebody who's, I guess, successful, that that wants to bring you up, that has her stuff together, that's motivated, that, is educated.
Like, no offense to girls with pictures with selfies,
Yeah.
but if it's like a selfie of you in your messy room, I know you probably just work at Walmart on the overnight shift and you're looking to get some D.
Yeah.
But if you're like a girl...
Why not? Those are the best ones, man, because they give it up
they're
for free.
fun, but I'm saying at the point, if I'm going to want to begin looking for a girlfriend...
You can take them out to Applebee's and just hit it up. You know what I mean?
Get a hand job under the table.
Yeah, man, you can just shoot up the club in there. You know what I mean?
But you know what I'm saying? Where I want to find a girl that's like got pictures on her Bumble or Tinder.
Yeah.
Where she's amongst friends.
Yeah.
Because then you know she's social and she's not going to be a sociopath. And then 2,
yeah.
I like when girls present themselves well. When it's not messy hair and they don't care what they look like in public.
Yeah.
I want to have a girl that just makes you look good.
You want a girl that makes you look good.
Because it's a fair and even balanced relationship. I'm not going to carry again. Nope.
Okay, you just want a hot chick. That's
No,
all
it's
you
not
need,
that I
bro.
want a hot.
That's all you need, man.
Well, don't we all?
Yeah. No, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like sometimes the hotter they are, like the more high maintenance they are. So they're not even all that great. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
What I need is like a cute wifey, like a girl that's like got a good body, cute, but
get a chick with a good body but an ugly face. You know what I mean? Because like she knows she's ugly and has a good body, but like you know what I mean. But she's gonna try harder. You know what I'm saying?
What's your definition of ugly? Because
my definition of ugly,
like Dina from Jersey Shore.
Dina? No, I'll still hit that. like Snooki, I'll still hit. You know what I mean?
But Snooki's a freak. She banged everybody in this show.
Did she really?
In a way, yeah.
Did she really?
Banged Mike and Vinny.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. There's this thing on.
I didn't know that.
There's this thing on.
I didn't watch Jersey Shore long enough, or like a lot. So
Two things.
Good for her though.
I loved it, and number 2,
I watched the Kardashians a lot. That's my problem.
Jersey Shore is my jam.
Yeah.
What's great about it, if you go to ETV online, their website for ETV, it shows the Jersey Shore sex like triangle.
Yeah.
Like you know how like Bill Belichick, who's the coach of the Patriots, he has his.
He had sex with him too?
No.
Oh.
He has his coaching tree.
Oh, okay.
Where players came and coaches came from him.
Yeah.
There's the hookup tree of Jersey Shore where it's like these dudes hooked up with the same girl.
Oh, yeah. They're like Eskimo brothers. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on around here too.
I'll let that comment come from you.
No, I'm just saying whatever. I'm just
it's debatable.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. But so my question is, all right. So, so you like Jersey Shore? That's one of your favorite shows, right?
Because they have good catchphrases.
Okay, what's one of them? Give me one.
I mean, just think about everything they did whenever they were at the club. Because, like, when you watch Kim Kardashian's show, they're basically just chilling at their house on their couch. But think about this, man.
Yeah.
Think about it's 2011. You're on your iPhone 2.
Yeah, give me.
And you hear this.
Give me some Jersey.
All right, we got a situation.
I'm the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet.
Here is the best one.
Yeah, give it to me.
This is when you know this show is good.
Yeah.
After I have sex with a guy, I will rip their heads off.
After I have sex with a guy, I rip their heads off. That's when you know that JWoww is the reason you're watching because she's crazy.
Which head is she talking though?
Well, yeah. If it's the other head, then it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch her.
Yeah, man, that was my show.
No, I mean, that was a good show, man. Like I watched a couple of Jersey Shore episodes, but that show wasn't really my thing. It wasn't really. I was more of like a real world road rules kind of guy.
Well, you're a '90s kid.
Yeah, I guess I am.
So I'm like a 2010.
Yeah, how old are you again?
25.
25. Yeah. We're like a whole different generation almost.
Not really, because I remember the 90s. I would say if I was born in 97, we're a different generation.
Yeah.
But I remember when Princess Di died. I remember Michael Jordan. Like, I have vivid memories in the 90s. So I'm really...
Were you living in Chicago when the Bulls won their championships?
I remember watching them when I had a babysitter babysitting me in like 97, 98. And I remember when Jordan was playing the Jazz. I don't know which game.
But you were living in Chicago, though.
Yeah.
All right. So when I was in Chicago, like I was in third going into fourth grade at the time. And that's when they had their, I think it was like their 72-10 record. And that was one of the most craziest experiences that I've had in terms of sports because the whole city was involved. And I remember just like everybody watching the games. Any place that you go as a kid, any place that you go was always all about the Bulls. So those were good years in my life when I was growing up in Chicago.
So here's what I think we should do. I'm really digging the vibe of this show. Me and you are hitting it off. So there's going to be a part 2 of our segment of me and you talking, and it'll be like as if we're on The Bone, where we will talk back and forth as a news talk segment. So we will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this, but I want to remind you that this is being brought to you by Eric Marshall Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA in Bradenton. 941-812-2560. It's 941-812-2560. Go there, get into shape today.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.